Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Amnesia the Bunker. Amnesia is back in a more bite-sized horror game set in a World War I bunker. Does this franchise still offer unique scares? Let's find out. Amnesia the Bunker is an exploration and light puzzle horror game with frictional games going back to their roots after the somewhat mid-Amnesia rebirth. You play as a French soldier in World War I who, after being injured in the trenches, awakens to find himself in a nearly abandoned bunker that has been sealed off from the outside world. Your main goal is simple: get a plunger and dynamite and blow your way out. But it isn't going to be as easy as it sounds, as this bunker was a haven for some kind of unholy experiment and a monster lurks its halls. Gameplay here is very much in the vein of classic survival horror, with a touch of Metroid thrown in. You'll start in a central hub area that houses your map and a save point. From there, you'll need to explore 4 to 5-ish side areas to find various tools and resources that you will then use to gain access to other areas to complete the mission. For example, you might find bolt cutters that can cut chains, or a wrench that can unscrew and open hidden paths. The game does give you light guidance on its overall goals, but figuring out how to find what you need is up to you. There is help, however, as reading the various notes found throughout areas can provide hints on where to go next, as well as solutions to puzzles. Of course, this would all be well and good if there wasn't a horrible monster wanting to rip your face off. The monster primarily hunts based on noise, meaning any sound you make could trigger it. This could be from your crank flashlight, which you have to choose whether to risk being heard or travel in the dark, to you shooting attacking rats, to triggering a variety of traps, and so on. You'll have to make decisions around whether to hunt for a key door quietly or just blow the door open with a brick or grenade, but risk the monster hearing. Once he's out and about, you'll need to hide, but even waiting around is a drain on your resources. See, the entire bunker is powered by a generator in the main safe room, but you'll need to provide it gas for it to operate. This not only powers the bunker's lights, which the monster does prefer to avoid, but also several key interactions required for puzzles, like powered prison doors. You can scare the monster away using a well-placed grenade, but since offensive resources are also limited, caution is the better part of valor. And there is a lot more I could say, but let's go into the pros and cons. The gist being, Amnesia is a shorter, lighter Amnesia-style game, this time with a more singular monster that hunts you, and a smaller area to backtrack across and explore. So what do I like about Amnesia the Bunker? Well, the setting is phenomenal. I've visited some bunkers from World War I and II, and the claustrophobic, dark, musky fear that permeates those places translates perfectly in this game, making you feel trapped and helpless throughout. Additionally, I love a game that respects a player's intelligence. The fact that you can't take the map with you and the minimal guidance allows for so much great organic exploration, paired with the stress of the lights going out at any moment and the danger of the monster. And speaking of stress, man, this game is incredibly stressful. It's a delight. This is mostly due to its incredible sound design, where you can hear the monster scrambling through the walls, but the fact that you're constantly having to make decisions around whether to make a lot of noise for the easy solution or the longer, safer one makes the entire experience very stressful. When it comes to the bad, while the monster is great in concept, its AI is kind of questionable. Sometimes he's really stupid and other times he's psychic. When compared to Alien Isolation, where the monster would actually learn your tricks, this one feels much more like a gameplay mechanic than an actual enemy. And speaking of annoyances, the lack of checkpoints inside zones, minus a few that do have save points, means that with just a little bad luck, you could be running areas again and again, just because of one small screw up. And lastly, I wish there was more. I do think the game's length is good in service of its scares, but finishing it made me want more puzzles, more things to explore, and more time in this setting. As you know, rate games here on a 3-point scale, must play, maybe consider, don't bother, and I absolutely think you should be playing Amnesia the Bunker, and it is a hidden gem. I had basically no expectations going into this game, and it completely surprised me as being one of the favorites I've played this year. All of the game's scarcity, sound, and puzzle mechanics, paired with an incredible setting, lead to one of the most stressful things I've ever played, and I loved every minute of it. If Frictional plans on doing more smaller Amnesia side stories like this, I am all in for it. If you have any affinity for horror, exploration, or tricky puzzles, get underground and into that bunker as soon as you can. That's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. If you played Amnesia the Bunker, did you have any expectations for it? Do you feel like this is a return to form for Frictional? Please let me know in the comments, but regardless, make sure you go out there and play it.